to you all and welcome to another episode of Wear Many Hats. My name is Rachel and this is the podcast totally dedicated to the FM and property industry. Today we've got a fantastic guest with us. We have Evelina Grön. She is the workplace manager at Softcat.
Hi, Rachel.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having me.
Have you come from far this morning?
No, just from Aldgate, basically. Yeah,
not far then.
Yeah.
We had to rearrange, didn't we, to because Holborn had a electrical fault fire or something. So thank you for coming back and rearranging.
Of course. I'm super excited to be here. So thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm really looking forward. You've worked for some brilliant companies, so I'm excited to hear your journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lovely. Let's rewind a bit then.
Yeah, of course.
The question of how it all started. Yeah. So tell me about how it sort of all started for you. You can go back as far as you like, but yeah, go for it.
I mean, absolutely. Thank you. So I'm originally from Sweden. I grew up in a tiny village with 900 people.
Oh, wow.
In the middle of nowhere, far up north.
Magical.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a great upbringing and, it was really lovely to live on the countryside like that. I think I realized quite early age, though, that I was designated for more, And the moment I finished school, I realized I need to see the world, basically.
Wow.
So when I was traveling for a bit, I lived in Gran Canaria for a year and a half, which was really nice. Traveled to Bulgaria quite a lot.
Nice.
And I also did the mandatory train backpacking trip around Europe with my best friends.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah, that was a memory I
of course.
cherish a lot. And then actually I had one of my best jobs in my whole life. I was actually working at a salmon factory in the northern part of Norway.
Okay.
By the Arctic Circle.
Nice.
Yes, and basically I was there for almost 2 years and I was lifting slippery, like 12 kilos salmons every day. And I remember I was calling my dad. He was a carpenter. He's retired now. But he was a carpenter at the time. And I called him and I said, Dad, I will never, ever have an office job.
Again.
Yeah, ever. Yeah. He's like, oh, wow. I was like, I just love being active, etc. Which is quite fun if you think about being an office manager.
Yeah, later on.
Exactly. It's like, okay. Anyhow, time flew by and I was like, it's time to settle down a little bit. So I moved back to Sweden where I then went to university. Yeah. And it's a city called Örebro, so southern part of Sweden. Okay. I had 3 amazing years there. It was so lovely. I was studying public relations and communication, basically.
Right.
So
helpful.
Really interesting.
Helpful as well for your career. Yeah.
I always loved to communicate through my whole upbringing,
Yes,
so it was the right degree for me. Anyhow, I had through my whole life been very, very excited and like obsessed with the USA.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, I have to live in the US sometime in my life. I have no idea where it came from, but that was just like something through my whole upbringing. So when I went to university, I got the opportunity to do an exchange semester in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was lovely, right next to Grand Canyon, Las Vegas.
Yes. I've been.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun.
Oh, my God.
Only a holiday,
amazing.
though.
Oh, yeah. There was so much fun. And also, like, all the different hiking treks you could go on. Like, the nature was just blown away. There was only one issue, and that was I couldn't express myself in English. I've always had English as the worst subject in school. And I remember when I was there, I was like, oh my God, I felt trapped in my own body,
Because you can't communicate.
Yeah, and I mean, in Sweden, we are getting exposed to English from really early age. Yes. So I understood everything, obviously, but I just couldn't really talk.
Couldn't be emotional.
Oh, yeah. It was so frustrating. I was like, oh my God. Anyhow, I was there for 6 months. And I think around month 4, I started to feel comfortable and I was better at expressing myself. So I was like, finally. Yeah. But then, I flew back home to Sweden and I had finished my degree at that time. And I was like, what should I do with my life? And I was like, I refuse to be this bad at speaking English. I was like, I'm not having it. So I was like, why don't I go to an English-speaking country for another year, just to continue while it's still fresh,
Well done.
And I had never put my foot in London or England for that matter. But I was like, yeah, everyone loves it and it's close to home.
Yes.
So I came over 13 years ago.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, this is the place where I belong. Yeah.
You've been to all these lovely countries.
Yeah. And then, you know, when you can just
come to
feel
grey
it,
old
I was
England.
like, oh, this is it. I felt like English as soon as I put my feet here almost.
Love that.
So yeah, I was like, okay, I'm happy to settle down here for a bit.
Yeah.
And now today, you know, I couldn't even imagine living elsewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I take it you go home.
Yeah, obviously.
Home
But, you know, I
Sweden.
feel like a foreigner whenever I go back to Sweden, you know.
Really?
So it's quite fascinating. But
Does your accent change? When
oh, well, to be fair, I wonder what you think about my accent.
yeah, no, your English is absolutely superb.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of like Swedish twangs coming in here and there. Let's see if you see them, if there will be any later on.
But that's your character now,
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. But yeah, I came here and you're like, you kind of have to start from the beginning, right? Because having a salmon factory on the CV doesn't take you far.
Yeah,
London.
unless you're fishing.
Exactly. So anyways, I started off with a few customer service jobs, which I think are amazing, by the way. It really teaches so much.
Communication as well, yeah.
Exactly. So many transferable skills, you know, that I know that I'm using like
Of course.
all the time. So I'm grateful for those years, a little bit of hustle there. And then basically I worked at this call center in Kingston up in Thames, where I was actually working for Philips. I was the tech support for any TV issues you had, which is quite funny because I'm really not a technical person. So I really did the best I could. But then there was an internal recruiter role going.
This is a Sitel, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Sitel. Yes, exactly. So then I became a recruiter and oh, wow, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time when I really felt like super passionate about something because it was just fast paced.
Yes,
as I said, a lot of communication, you know, you have to like follow the candidates on the journey from the moment you reach out until you have the offer letter in your hand, you know.
That's it.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, you said you had been a recruiter.
25 years in recruitment. many placements. Yeah.
Nice.
It is a love. I think that's the best bit of the job, to be honest, is finding someone their dream job and then watching them progress in the company or in the industry.
Oh, completely agree. Oh, yeah, no. So it was at that moment I was like, wow, you know, this is fun, you know. Anyways, I did that for I think maybe 3 years or so. Then I actually joined a company called Arcadin at that time, which is now Entity Data.
Right.
And I'm going to be honest, it was such a fun company, a really great culture. And my title, I believe, was event coordinator.
Yes, to start with.
And what that was, is quite funny actually. I don't think these jobs really exist any longer because I was actually a moderator for conference calls.
Okay.
So, you know, back in the days, if you were going to listen to, like, say, the financial results for the quarter for these big companies, you very often dialed in on your phone.
Okay.
Yeah. And then like press star to join and say your name.
Right.
And basically what happened in the background is that I was physically managing this event.
Process,
So I was monitoring the screens and showing that the sound was good and that, you know, there was no disruptions on the lines, etc. So it's a little bit of a weird not weird role, but it's a role that definitely don't exist today as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
And I was going to be honest with you, I didn't know what to expect when I applied for it.
Right.
So I was like, oh, events, yes. And there I was, and I was like, oh. So it wasn't really for me, no, because I was very quiet. I was just looking at a screen. However, I was fortunate to join our like culture team at Arcadin, which was called Values in Action. Mm-hmm. So I helped the office manager plan the Christmas party or monthly happy hours, you know, together with a big group of people. And I always loved that part more than my actual job, if I can be honest.
Yes.
And then one day, it turns out that the office manager, who had been there for 8 years, decided to quit.
Wow. Then the chance came.
And I was like,
what a great job.
Yeah, I was like, should I apply? And I was like, no, absolutely not. There's no chance I can get this. I have no previous experience. I applied. And wow, that then my previous manager at the time, Anne-Marie, she gave me the opportunity to take on this. And I was like, this is unbelievable. And it didn't take many months until even she confessed, like, Evelina, you are made to be an office manager.
Oh, that's so good. Your organisation skills, I guess.
And I just loved it. I was completely obsessed with it. I was like, wow. I remember I was jumping out of bed in the mornings. I was like, I have the best job in the world, you know?
It's definitely up there with the job where you're wearing many hats.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that, you know. When it came back to the recruitment part, you know, where you juggle a lot of different roles at the same time. And here you're like, ooh.
Yeah. Many plates spinning at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was an extremely exciting period, obviously. And I did that for quite, I think maybe even almost 4 years. And we went down in lockdown. And then I was very fortunate to get the opportunity to work at Zoom.
Yes,
And,
I see this.
So that was an amazing experience. Oh gosh, I learned so much. And I joined that company whilst the pandemic was still on, or the lockdown was still happening.
Zoom was huge.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it really was.
Saved our lives, right?
It was crazy. And then, so I remember coming into this empty office because obviously no one was allowed in. And then my previous manager at the time, Isabella, it was me and her in there. And she's like, okay, we're going to open this engagement hub and the experience center. And I was like, wow. And then I was thinking to myself, how are we going to get these employees into the office? Because, I mean, we're selling a product which is based on people working from home, right?
Yes.
So I was like, how will this work? She's like, we're going to design something truly unique, you know? And I was like, oh. So I got to be on that journey together with her. So she was based in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So a lot of the responsibilities came on my plate, which is in hindsight so good, you know.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie, there was a few stressful moments, but it was all worth it in the end, you know.
Wow.
So that whole project was probably like 2.5 years.
Yes.
From like the moment we started to actually have that executive briefing center set up, you know.
And in the UK? Is it still around?
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually just down the street here. Like we're just a couple of blocks away. So I think they're doing really well. They have thousands of visitors through the doors each year. And
that's incredible. And you were a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That comes down to the project that you worked on.
I was going to say, because that was really, really good. But anyway, so I did that for, I was 3.5 years, I believe.
You were there, yeah.
And then I got approached by a recruiter asking if I was interested working for Softcat.
Yes.
And I think at that time I just needed a bit of a change. You know, when you have put your life and soul into something and like you just can't really give anymore.
Yes.
So it's like, you know, I've did this. And then I read more about Softcat. And I got more and more interested. And I'm so happy that I got this opportunity. So Softcat also did the same. We changed office. We are based in Aldgate.
Yes.
Just moved like 1 minute away from the previous one. But this is a 38,000 square foot big office.
Wow.
In the middle of Aldgate, next to the Gherkin.
Oh, nice.
And it's so beautiful. And people
are around there.
Really wowed. And it's an amazing company to work for. I mean, we are the biggest IT reseller in the UK.
I read this.
It's a lot of activities. We have a lot of customers, a lot of vendors. So it's quite different office experience than what I'm used to before.
Yeah.
Just because of the amount of external visitors coming through, you know.
So a little bit different in terms of managing the workplace.
I mean, absolutely, you know.
It's exciting. Yeah. You've been there a year almost, yeah?
I mean, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, thank you very much. You know, I feel so privileged to be there. And, you know, when some companies say they have a good company culture, Softcat truly has it. You know, it's not something that just saying on a piece of paper. And we had our annual kick-off a few months ago, and how our CEO is standing on the stage in front of everyone saying that good company culture is coming before anything else, because the rule of thumb at Softcat is good company culture equals happy employees, exactly, productivity, which equals happy customers. And you know, he said without that culture piece, we wouldn't have anything else.
Powerful.
Especially when it's coming from the CEO.
Correct.
So you just have to follow order then.
He's exactly. He's pushing something out that you need to follow as a company.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh,
that's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Well done, CEO.
Thank you.
So, I mean, I don't really need to ask you this question, but did you always know you was going to end up on this path?
No, exactly. This was going to say.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't even know that office manager existed when I started working here. But one thing I really have to highlight, and that is how truly unique England is in a way of how they allow employees to actually get promoted within organizations.
Yes. Yeah, we do work on that.
Yeah, I mean, oh, wow. I mean, I can just compare to Sweden, and I can tell you 100% that I wouldn't been offered either the recruitment job or the office management job because they would look for someone who have 2-3 years of experience.
Yes, that's
minimum,
right.
And the thing is, how do you ever get that experience if you don't get the opportunity?
Yeah.
And obviously, there could be a variety. It's almost like you have to know someone who knows someone.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say, like, wow, I just love England for this. If you work hard, if they can see that you have the necessary skills,
Yes. They'll give you a chance.
Give you a chance, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's what's happened to you, isn't it? And that's what, you mentioned a lady that sort of gave you your first sort of experience, but who gave you that real push in your career?
I'm going to give a shout out to Anne-Marie Walkling. Obviously, she was my first manager at Entity Data. And I mean, without her, I wouldn't be here in the first place,
Yes.
And it was so good. I really think I needed to have the manager/mentor in the beginning who really believed in me and wanted the best for me, She really tried to she was like, you can do this. And it was just so nice to hear.
That is so beautiful. Yeah. And to be given an opportunity which will then change your whole life, career path.
Yeah, man, exactly right.
I love it when people mention people's names.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've pushed yourself a lot as well.
Yeah, but obviously, because I just really, this is the thing, I'm really, really passionate about what I do. I think the office management or workplace management role, it takes every single personal attribute that I have.
Yeah.
So I'm not sometimes feel that I'm even working. Yeah. I'm just being myself.
Yeah.
1,000%.
And they say that, don't they? You've got to love what you do, right? And I think if you do,
oh my God, but exactly.
You're going to give so much more and grow and evolve as well.
And that's the thing. Some people are, what would you like to do? Anything else? I was like, absolutely nothing else. There's no other role I can think of on top of my head.
I love this. Really, it's your journey, kind of, because you went from sort of senior workplace coordinator, I think it was at Zoom. Well, that's what it says on.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
And now you're a workplace manager. So
exactly.
There's only just more growth for you, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm managing more people. And
you're going to tell us about that now anyway.
Absolutely.
It's flowing very well. So what does a day in your world actually look like these days at Softcat?
Yeah, exactly. So as any professional in this field, no day is the same.
Yeah, wearing many hats.
Yes, and that's what I love. You never really know what to expect,
Yeah.
But honestly, I am running the Softcat London office then. So as I said, we just moved. It's a 38,000 square foot one.
Yes.
We have around 450 employees in London.
450?
Yeah, 450. Wow. Yeah. We have 400 desks though. So even if in my wildest dreams, I want to get everyone in on one day, I highly doubt it will happen, But we built this office space with capacity to actually increase the desks as we're growing, because Softcat is growing in a rapid pace, which is lovely to see, But apart from the daily, day-to-day duties, like ensuring that the office is safe and functional.
Correct, yeah.
My main goal is that I want every single human being who comes through the door have a great experience. So, not only the employees, but also the customers, our partners and vendors, which Softcat have plenty of.
Yes.
And I kind of want them to get the wow feeling.
Yeah.
And the office we have now, it really speaks for itself. Yes. But I'm doing everything I can to get that extra touch on it, know.
Yeah.
So, and I can't really say exactly what it is that I'm doing, There's a variety of stuff, But I'm always having that workplace experience focus mindset all the time. How are they being approached and all of that.
Is everybody happy coming into the doors? Yeah. I really like that. And that's very popular now. I don't know whether that's post-COVID. I think the office place has really evolved and changed.
Absolutely. Oh my God, yeah. So I mean, the biggest task, apart from my workplace experience, which is a bit blurry perhaps, but I'm in charge of running a lot of events. So the office is built up in a way where we can actually host events for up to 380 people in a specific breakout area that we have.
Is it external?
No. This is inside the
internally.
office.
Right.
So like our kitchen breakout area could be changed to a variety of layouts, so to say. So we host a lot of internal events, so like kickoffs, town halls, but then also customer events and vendor events. So sometimes we even have customers like borrowing this space, you know. Obviously, they are a good customer of ours, there's always some Softcat involvement in it.
It's like a partnership.
Yeah, and exactly, a partnership. And the thing is, we are doing this every week. There's something, whether it's a morning event, afternoon, evening sometimes.
It's a lot on you, isn't it?
Yeah, but I love it
to run smoothly. And you've had a little bit of experience with it.
Yeah, but absolutely. And I think like in the office management role, I planned Christmas parties for 8 years now, you know.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, you know. So
just on a bigger scale.
Yeah, exactly. But it's so exciting. And I just love now, because obviously we've been in this office for almost 9 months. And now we're starting to get the hang on, okay, this is how we utilize it. Oh, and then maybe we need to do a few adjustments. Maybe we need to get that area sorted. Maybe this bank of sofas that are being utilized. Could we do something else with it, you know?
Yeah.
And
I like this.
Yeah, because you have to start somewhere. And then, because you can predict how employees will behave, but at the same time, you don't know till it's actually being used for quite some time, right?
It's great that you're looking at the office from a different perspective. I mean, we're here in labs, and I noticed that they need more desks in here, less sofa space, like loungy, and more practical space. And I think they're changing it, which is great. So there'll be more room for people to work.
Absolutely.
It's co-working space here. So,
no, but I can see that as well.
Yeah.
I agree when I've seen the space. But then another thing which has really changed from previous, that is that we are now utilizing the office spaces to like showrooms, you know. So we're showcasing the technology that we're selling. Yeah.
That's good.
So very often we have salespeople over who are actually taking our visitors or customers, or potential customers, I should say, on office tours and actually showcasing, okay, this is how you can utilize it in your office space.
That's powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And
they can see it.
Exactly. I love that.
Experience.
And, exactly. And that's exactly what we did at the Executive Briefing Center at Zoom as well.
Oh, so you've had experience of that. So you knew. It's like you're bringing in all the areas, apart from the salmon.
Exactly, perhaps,
But you're bringing in all areas of your jobs.
But I think it's also that's how the office spaces has evolved after the pandemic, you know. And the fun thing is there's so many customers and vendors or partners who are actually we're gonna redo our office space, or we are in the middle of a build out, so they're coming over. So I do a lot of these office tours as well, pretty much on a weekly basis. I have someone, and then we'll go through how did we think about certain aspects, how did we the whole collaboration, because that's also a really interesting part. A lot of people who are not in the field may think we just need desks.
That's it.
But then, when you actually know how people utilize the offices nowadays,
it's not like
we do require those like huddle spots,
quiet
sofas, quiet spot, exactly. And then now when you have it, they're like, oh, of course we can't live without it.
Now we've got prayer rooms and baby and mum rooms, I'm hearing, and gyms, which we like.
Yeah, exactly. We're really spoiled,
At labs, they do things like little mini events. Like they do yoga, and they do puppy therapy. Yeah. There's all other little bits that, makes life quite exciting. Drinks on the terrace. And
exactly. It's a completely different world before lockdowns,
Definitely. It's exciting.
Yeah, it really is. And one final bit, because as I said, the culture is really the heart and soul of Softcat. People first, and the culture. That's what we all aim for and strive towards each day. And we obviously are really we need to ensure that the cultures that's been so good all these years are maintained. So every week I'm meeting up with like an amazing culture team, which are volunteers from different teams, you know.
Yeah.
They all have their full-time jobs and doing this on the side. And every week we discuss what can we do, how can we maintain it, how can we make it even better. And yeah, it plays a huge part in what I do, and it goes hands in hand with the workplace experience, you know, because I really want everyone to feel like welcome and feel like they're a part of community, you know.
Yes, that's it. It's that community feel, isn't it, in the office space? I really love how people are embracing that. Companies across the world, and I think it definitely makes you want to come into the office, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And it's the meeting people and being happy. I like what your CEO says.
Yeah.
Softcat sounds like a nice place to work.
Yes, it definitely is. 100%.
Love that. So let's talk about your challenges. What's testing you right now in your role?
Well, to be fair, it's on the similar subject that we just touched base on. And that is, how are we able to scale a company without losing this culture, you know? Because the core identity can easily get lost, you know, and I think it's important to manage this growth, you know, without neglecting the culture, you know. Thankfully, we are aware that this is a risk, so we're doing the best we can to avoid it from happening by obviously meeting up on a weekly basis. And also I'm a part of the London leadership team who also has that always in the back of our head. And I think from a workplace perspective, the most important is actually looking after the new hires and ensuring that they are on the same page when they start and that they have a great onboarding experience, feel a part of the company. Because it's going to be a challenge if we, let's say, have 100 employees and you have 10 new hires who feel disconnected from that group. And that's just going to evolve, and then it gets worse. So it's a matter of like grabbing them on time from the beginning when they start, you know, teach them our values and ensure they are on the same page on that, you know. And I have to say, I just really love our Softcat values. They are fun, responsibility, community, intelligence, and passion.
Wow.
And I think like we are very good at hiring people who does cover all of those, which is quite unique. And I think that's why Softcat is so good. And you've
got a vibrant company, it sounds like.
Absolutely,
Vibrant
you know.
too.
So yeah, I think, but that is something that is a challenge, you know, I'm not going to lie. But then from a personal standpoint of view, one of my biggest challenge is that I sometimes find it difficult to switch off work.
Right.
Yeah. Because I just love what I do so much.
And we need to do that, don't we?
Yeah, I know.
We get burnout.
Exactly.
But if you're loving what you do, it is hard to switch off.
It is hard. And I always been like very enthusiastic through my whole life. So no wonder I'm enthusiastic if I then have a job that I really, really love.
Yeah, even more so.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I really have to remind myself so often, like I can lay sleepless at nights for whatever. It could be that I'm too excited about an event we're doing, or like, oh, hang on, will that wheelchair go through that door? Even though the builder said we built a door that was accessible.
Yes.
Or, is the goods lift functional tomorrow when we have that big sofa delivery coming?
So your mind's always there.
And it's like, oh, gosh, it's okay. Whatever happens, you know, I just have to accept it.
And we learn from stuff, don't we?
Yeah.
If there's anything that does go amiss, then you learn. It's a lesson.
Yeah, man, exactly. Yeah, I'm trying to think like that. But for example, now we have our Christmas party on Friday, and I've already been sleepless for like a week.
So you've got to organise, 450 people?
Yeah, exactly. So unfortunately, we're not that many attending. I think it's 250. That's
still a lot.
Then. Yeah, exactly. Still a
lot. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, right?
I'm sure it'll be absolutely amazing. What are you allowed to say? I mean, obviously, it'll already have gone on.
I was going to say, So we're going to, it's called Core Bar in Bank. So we hired that whole place.
I know that.
I think it will be good. We can have like 4 different areas. You know, we have a karaoke corner. We have, you know, a big outside area. We have a big seating area, and we have a nightclub area.
Oh wow!
So we have a magician, saxophonist.
I know where you are. It's nice in there.
Yeah, I think it would be good. You know,
it will. It's a good venue.
Yes, I know. So, but yeah, it's just like,
sorry,
I have to. How can I switch?
Do you have to decorate it or?
Yeah. So actually, the venue, thankfully, are pretty much pre-decorated with a Christmas theme.
That's good.
But I'm obviously going to add my extra Softcat touch to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
lovely. That sounds. You'll have to let me know how that goes on.
Absolutely. Yes.
So that's a challenge at the moment then.
Yeah, exactly. That is.
So we sort of touched upon, where we think maybe the industry is heading, but sort of what excites you. I mean, you're a tech company anyway, aren't you? So you AI, ESG, remote working, tech. What excites you at the moment?
Well, so to be fair, I'm just so grateful that I have been in the industry before, during, and after lockdowns.
Yeah.
Because obviously, of course, it's exactly as we touched base on earlier. It really excites me that we are now investing in the spaces.
Yeah.
I had periods when we had to shut offices down, and now it's like, it's a bright future,
Yes.
And obviously, we just took for granted before that people came to the office. Now you actually have to they don't mind investing money in activities or making the office spaces attractive. I'm always thinking I want people to get the trip. I want it to be worth the trip.
Yes.
They pay.
Yes.
If that makes sense. Because people pay a lot of money to travel into the offices.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes.
To be worth it, because they're spending their own their own money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, so for that reason, it's a super exciting period, And I think as well, before, a lot of the teams, including Softcat, we were called the facilities team.
Yeah.
And but we are so much more than facilities,
Yes.
So I know we rebranded. The whole of Softcat actually went through a rebranding a year ago, but they decided then to also change from facilities team to workplace team.
I like the workplace.
Yeah, so too.
Really changes things, doesn't it? Facilities is, to me, facilities used to sound like just there's someone at the basement that just looks after the office and just does some tinkering with air conditioning and changes light bulbs. It's a lot more than that.
Yes,
huge.
Exactly. And obviously, we are dealing with the facilities.
Of course.
Don't get me wrong, it's
a lot more
of what we do, but it's so much more than that, So I think for us, changing that slight change of name made a huge impact on how people see who you are. You know,
I love it. I do like the workplace title. I think it's really good.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned AI, obviously. And to be fair, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm obviously not an expert in the field. There's a reason I'm more at the workplace and not selling our AI solutions, but from how I use it, I think it's so good.
Yeah,
because obviously the way we have meetings, that's mainly how I use it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's showing that we get the meeting notes whenever I have it. Yeah.
It's so clever, isn't it?
Yeah, I just love how I can see everyone is just focusing on what are we talking about, and I always was the person who happened to take the notes, and then oh gosh,
I didn't catch that.
Exactly.
Human error.
Yeah, exactly. And there was periods, when you could report.
I didn't like that.
No, exactly.
Pressure.
And now, the pressure, exactly.
Did you get that? And I'm like, no.
Exactly. And I remember as well, not being native English, I was like, I wonder what this was.
Yes.
And then oh gosh, they continued,
Yeah.
And it made me realize as well, when I did that moderator job for the audio conferencing calls.
That helped.
That was 10 years ago. No, but it actually made me realize wow, what a difference it would have been today, because the amount of handwritten work and when we booked one of those conference calls there was 3 stages of quality checks that had to go through all the colleagues, because there couldn't be a slight error or anything, because you gave out the phone numbers for these people to dial in. And I remember I was so complicated, and I realized today that would not be a problem at all. You would just basically, you wouldn't have to do all of that manual work,
Yes. So it makes your life easier.
And don't get me wrong, that could also be a danger. And I guess that's what a lot of people are scared of with AI, that it takes away the manual labor, so to say. But I think in certain instances, that it's just it would have been so helpful for me 10 years ago. But
exactly. I think our jobs have really changed anyway. I think we're doing a lot more than we used to do in one role. We're wearing lots of hats, right?
Exactly.
All of us are across all industries. And I think the AI just helps make your life a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
But you do need to check it. This is what we're saying. Whatever you input, you need to make sure that whatever's bringing out, you need because you can't completely rely on it.
Exactly. And you know what? I think that's good, because that still keeps keeps our brain like active, you know, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I can see like from a Softcat perspective, what a huge asset this is for like the sales teams, you know, because I think this is super helpful when I have my internal calls. But imagine you're on a customer call and you know that whatever's being told, you know, you just have it summarized afterwards, you know, the amount of time you must save them. I mean, once again, I'm not an expert in the field, but Softcat did this first acquisition earlier this year. So it's a company called Oakland.
Okay.
It's a data and AI company based in Leeds.
Yeah.
And this is our first acquisition in 32 years, you know.
Wow.
And they seem great, and they also have like this people first culture, you know, and that was one of the reasons. Yeah, exactly. But it shows that obviously us as a tech company, we're really investing in AI. Obviously, this is the way forward, right?
Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah. And it plays a huge part of a strategy, you know. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see
the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love that. Obviously we mentioned AI, so it's a bit of a friend in your world. But what about ESG? That's the buzzword at the moment. And what does it really mean to you and your work?
Yeah, obviously I was thinking about this and I was like, wow. So I'm from Sweden. So I definitely have the environmental part of ESG embedded in my blood.
Of course you do.
It's just natural that I care about waste management, sustainability, and like looking after the vendors that I on board, that they cover those criteria. Because in Sweden, if you happen to put a green glass bottle in the white glass bottle container, your neighbor will be upset with you forever. It's like,
wow, and that's been like that I love that. It's instilled in you.
And it's been like that since I was a child, you know. For me, it's just like,
wow.
And as well now when I go home, you know, the different waste streams, just a regular Swede have, I think it's like 5 or 6, you know. So for that reason, like, it just comes natural for me. But obviously, I am well aware that I am working for a tech company, you know, and it means a lot of consumption, a lot of hardware that needs to be looked after, shipped and recycled.
Recycled, well done.
Exactly.
That's good.
And I think what I could do is obviously, as I said, my main responsibilities, because I'm working with so many vendors, you know. So I just have to ensure that they are following these practices that we want, you know.
Yeah.
And also obviously having the best waste streams available in the office, you know. Yeah. Because we have a really great building, St. Botolph's building. They're doing a great job. So it's up to us as a tenant,
as a
you
company.
know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But in general, how Softcat's approach is, they have a 3S framework. So one is the sustainability and how we run a business in general, how we work with our suppliers, and then also the solutions that we give our customers, basically. And I know we have a solid ESG team who is like so good at all of this.
That's great.
So I feel as long as I contribute from my end to the workplace, perspective, I know that Softcat is doing fantastic. You know?
Brilliant. So you're ahead of the game.
Yeah, man, exactly.
Sounds like you're ahead of the game in all of the areas, which is great. You don't want to be left behind.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. Both with AI and sustainability.
Everybody's got to get on board with this, haven't they?
Yeah, man, exactly. And I know as well, obviously with the social part as well, we have such a great diversity and inclusion team. Wow, you know, you hear from them all the time, and you know, they're really ensuring that the workplace is inclusive and that all backgrounds feels valued.
Yeah.
I know a lot of companies who may have a diversity and inclusion team, but you don't really hear from them, you know, but ours are very visible, which is so refreshing to see. And also we do so many well-being activities, you know, as you mentioned yoga before, we have it weekly in the office as well. A lot of mental health first aiders,
that's
you
so
know,
good.
And you know, allow flexible working and like really getting the work-life balance, which is so important.
Again, that comes down to what your CEO said about being happy in the workplace, you know, and you know,
it has to come from the top.
And when I was my kids were growing up, it was, you know, maternity leave, that's it, you're in, that's it, you're full time, you know, 8 o'clock in the office and you leave at 6, you know, and it's like, it's very different now, isn't it?
It changed. I'm so happy to hear that, because that change needed to happen.
It
did.
It did.
And I think it obviously got it got even quicker now with the lockdowns and the hybrid work.
It's a reset button.
It's a reset button, absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah.
We've done it. We've gone full circle, and I like the way that it's working now.
Yeah, but absolutely, and another thing that Softcat is doing really, really well is the charities initiatives. Like, for example, last week we raised over 10K to November.
Yeah.
Just the London office.
The moustache.
We had a sales staff calling vendors, asking for free stuff to give away that we were then selling on a charity auction, basically.
Love this.
So people can bet on Wembley tickets. 2 days off holiday, you know.
Nice.
Oh, so it's amazing. So
you raised some money for November.
Yeah, but exactly. 10K, which was amazing.
Did the gentlemen
I had the moustaches in the office as well.
And they've gone now.
Yeah, no, well.
Has anyone kept them?
Actually, good question. I have to have a look now. I think some actually kept them. But yeah, we'll tell them now. You can shave them off. It's fine
if you want to.
Yeah,
I saw someone with the tash.
I
actually think it suits you, and he's like, no, it's going after. Yeah.
Oh, for me.
I love it. So, looking back, do you think the industry is innovating fast enough, or do you think we're still playing catch up? I don't think you guys are, but
I think some parts are and some parts aren't. I think the tech is definitely there. I think the mindset can sometimes be a challenge. I think there are quite a lot of people who still see the office as just a cost center, and they don't see how extremely how good it could be, or the return on investment you can get, basically.
On the work.
So it's so difficult to measure. Because as I mentioned to you as well, you have customers over and you take them on office tours and you can't really connect those purchases perhaps to that particular office tour, but that could play a huge part of it, and the fact that we are now selling the products within the space, not directly, but by having them seeing it, I think it just changes everything, and it's really a different way because obviously a lot more investment goes into the spaces because of that.
They have to,
But I still think it's challenging for some people to get their head around it, and also, as I said, it's really difficult to measure, and also we have to understand change management doesn't happen overnight, No,
definitely not.
It will take time.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of
the right people as well.
Yeah, exactly, And I'm going to be honest, I feel very fortunate as Softcat. But if you look around and if I speak to my friends, etc., not all offices are like that,
No.
So I think it's a mix, But the technology is surely there, I think obviously another challenge is the hybrid work. How do we get remote workers to feel involved in meetings, etc.? But there are enough technology out there.
Some people love it, don't they? They love working from home. I need the interaction.
Me too. Gosh.
I need to see people. Even here at Labs, just co-working. It's nice to be around people.
Exactly.
Just have a chat at the coffee station,
100%. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So I'm with you there,
Yeah, love that. So looking back, now you've got a few of these, I think, but what moment or project are you still proud of today?
To be fair, I'm going to be honest with you. Obviously, definitely managing that Zoom, it was really, really a big task. And as I said, not having my manager in the same country took a lot of a lot of things on my own plate, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to make this decision now, and she allowed me to do that.
Wow, that's good.
So huge kudos to Isabella Lawrence.
Another shout out.
Yeah.
Well done, Isabella.
Yeah, well done to her. Yeah, no, it was really good. She let me really, let me fly on my own wings.
Yes, no, that's it.
Yeah. However, I think the one project that had the most impact on people was actually when I worked at Arcadin or Entity Data. We were a very social bunch. Gosh, we really loved spending time with each other. And then the lockdowns came, we shut the office, and I was like, I refuse to not see my colleagues. So I was like, I'm going to start this call at 5:00 on a Friday. I'm going to open a Teams room. And anyone who wants to have a chat, look in and say hello to your colleagues, are welcome to do so.
And
obviously, I started off, and I remember in the beginning we were like 70 people, and it was very challenging to moderate.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. But it was like they just wanted to see each other, you know.
And say hello.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and maybe complain about something.
Ja, men
and their feeling.
Yeah, men exactly. We were all like so shaken up, you know. Like, how are you feeling? Are you okay?
Stuck in yeah.
And, anyways, I just continued with those. So every Friday at 5 p.m., I had that Teams call, you know. And the thing is, with time, like there was periods where we were actually maybe just 2 or 3 people on those calls. But we just chatted away, you know. And some people really struggled, and they were in for... Yeah, they join almost every Friday.
Yeah.
And I realized when I left, I was like, wow, I did that 50 Fridays in a row.
Wow.
Oh, and there was nothing that I was forced to do. No one asked me. I just took that initiative myself.
That's really lovely.
Yeah, but no, I also love my colleagues. I was like, I want to see you guys, you know. But I realized in hindsight, I was like, I think it actually meant quite a lot
to people.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Just like, okay, because some people didn't. I was fortunate to live with flatmates.
Yes.
Which was both good and bad, I'll tell you that.
Yes, being locked in.
Yeah, but exactly. But yeah, I could get that social interaction, you know. But there was some who were just completely alone, you know. So they really cherished those Fridays.
And absolutely. That is so lovely. That is a beautiful thing to do. And 55 weeks.
Yeah, no, 50 was it.
50,
yeah.
50 weeks.
Oh, wow. I mean, I had nothing else really planned, but I could have just said, I'm not going to do it. But I was like, no. I mean, I almost felt like an obligation, you know. But yeah, it was nice.
You did good there. So what's something you wish you knew when you were starting out?
Well, obviously, like, I think there's something to learn from my stories. You don't need to know everything, because obviously I knew absolutely nothing when I started off.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely not perfect, and I'm far away from it, you know. But I think it's important that you allow yourself to maybe do those mistakes. And I definitely have my insecurities, and like mainly with the English. And I was thinking like... a little bit of an embarrassing story, but I probably had been in England for like 1 year when I went for a lens checkup at Specsavers. And it was a quite handsome optician. And then he says, oh, what's your occupation? And I screamed, single.
Single?
It's like, no, occupation. I was like, oh yeah, sorry, so I live with flatmates. He's like, no, what do you do for a living? Do you spending a lot of time in front of screens? I was like, oh, yeah.
Single.
Oh, that was a very embarrassing 20-minute lens checkup afterwards. I was like, oh, my God. And I had been there for a year. So obviously, I wasn't ready for any type of like more advanced roles because I had to catch up with the language before I could like actually start to get on some kind of career ladder, you know.
You're so driven, I can see. And like that must have. You said it was tough.
Yeah. I was like, I've been there for years. I didn't know what the word occupation meant. He's like,
did he laugh?
Yeah. Well, yeah. He had this smirky smile. I was like, oh gosh, because I really yelled it as well. Single. But you know, I had no option. Brush it off and move on. I mean, the amount of those embarrassing moments are just endless, basically. But I realized as soon as I then, because you know, if you have the right skill sets, or if there are any skill sets that are missing, like don't be scared to like actually ask someone who perhaps have those skills and be like, how would you do this? Or do you have any tips, you know? I know a lot of people ask me, because I love actually doing public speaking. It's something I'm truly enjoying.
Yes.
And I have a lot of people coming, a lot
to you.
No, a couple will be like, wow, Evelina, like, do you have any tips, any advice on how you feel this comfortable? And then obviously I give them a few advices, you know, and hopefully that can then help them. So don't be scared to ask people who you see have those skills that you may lack.
Yes.
And
brilliant.
Just learn. Exactly. Learn from them, you know. Absolutely.
I love that.
Oh.
So if someone came to you tomorrow saying, I want to do what you do, what would you say?
Well, if it's not clear yet.
Yes.
I would definitely say, oh my God, just do it, you know.
You love it, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah,
it's good to hear.
Such a rewarding job.
I mean, you're my 44th guest and I haven't had someone as passionate as you on the show. I must say, Evelina, you love it, don't you?
I love it. Oh, yeah.
And you love Softcat, I can tell.
Yes. I'm glad that comes across.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. It's such a rewarding job, and it's funny, if you're in the right company. And I would say my advice would probably be if you're certain on how to get a foot in, why don't you try to find a company you want to work for? Start with whatever role there.
Reception.
And then, exactly.
Anything. Just get a foot in the door. Yeah.
And then when you're in there, that will be easier. Be like, hi, I'm actually interested in this department. And then with time, once again, sometimes it can take time. You have to be patient,
Yeah, of course.
And then you can work towards the role instead of like just jumping on a random job for the sake of it.
I like that. I like how you've put that. No one's really said that way.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely. Like go and work for the company that you want to work for and start somewhere.
Yeah,
and then if you are interested in that, then, I like it. I like it.
And especially if you work in England, because as I said, there's going to be plenty of opportunities if you work for the right company.
Exactly. So do your research on companies.
Exactly.
Yeah, Softcat sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good start. I love that. So, all right, let's try and switch off work. You say you find that difficult. What do you do outside your day job?
Oh well, yeah. So to be fair, I just love cooking.
Yeah.
I'm a big foodie, and I think that's also why I really love London.
Oh yeah.
Go to different restaurants.
Everything, everywhere.
But yeah, that's my way for me to relax. I'll try new recipes. I just love. I can be in the kitchen for hours.
Yeah.
And cook a really nice meal. So that is one of the biggest ones. But then I still love to travel.
Yes.
Even though it doesn't happen as often now. The more, the older you get.
Yes.
Even though you get more holiday allowances. But it still doesn't
less
feel
opportunity.
Like you can't take those 3 weeks off, the same way.
Definitely not.
But I love going on longer trips, long weekends in Europe, etc. And apart from that, I'm just trying to spend as much time with my friends as possible.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. When you do work Monday to Friday, you're quite tired,
Yeah.
And I have some really, really amazing friends here. And whether we go to the pub or a nightclub or actually traveling to Europe for a long weekend, I'm trying to really get that quality time with them.
Get out and about.
Exactly.
It's I call this the hibernating season, though. It's too cold.
Yeah.
But Sweden's colder, isn't it?
Oh, gosh. Yes. Oh,
it's quite warm.
This is like perfect for me.
So, yeah, get out and about. I love that. So last question. So what's the best bit of advice you've ever been given?
Oh, okay. So basically, I've always been a people person as long as I can remember. And obviously, I learned from early age how to deal with Swedish people and Swedish situations. Anyways, I started here in England, and then one manager, can't remember exactly who, but he took me aside.
Yeah.
And he's like, Evelina, I'm going to give you one advice. You cannot be this blunt here. And I was like, what? And trust me, I probably didn't even know what the word blunt meant. And I was like, so what do you mean? He's like, yeah, you can't be this straightforward in England. And I was like, what? I don't understand. You go to work, you leave your ego at the door, you get paid to do a job, and then you are working towards the same goals, and you don't take criticism personally, and then you leave. And it's like, well...
Not here. We're quite sensitive.
Exactly. And you know what? In hindsight, I probably would have come to this conclusion sooner rather than later. But I was so grateful that he said it, because I was like, wow, okay, I have to start reading the room a little bit. And I just realized it's a culture thing.
It is.
No one is right or wrong,
No.
But it's just a different culture. The same way as, I don't know, the Japanese have a different social behavior than the Swedes. We are all very different. And Swedes, we are well known. We just say how it is,
I quite like that, though. Don't beat around the bush. Just say how it is.
And I think it's almost like being assertive, But
absolutely.
At the same time, I do understand, and I think, as I said, I obviously love England so much, so I will definitely respect the culture. And as I said, now I feel more as a foreigner when I'm in Sweden than here. This is my home.
You're reading the room.
You're
being really polite. You don't need to be. I love that. That's funny.
But I think it actually taught me, okay, different cultures behaves differently, And, it was such a great advice. And now in hindsight, I have to laugh at it because I was like, he probably was very nervous when he saw me back.
He's waiting for your answer.
Yeah, exactly. Because, what would I say? Wow. But no, I took it to heart. And as I said, I would have come to a conclusion sooner than later. But it was really good. And who knows, maybe I wouldn't been here today if I wouldn't have got given that advice.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I love that. So read the room is what you're saying.
Read the room.
And that can be for anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
From anywhere.
And I think it's a good advice if you're a foreigner starting your career in a different country.
Yeah.
Whether you're English and planning to move abroad or coming to England, it's the culture, and it takes time, So if you have an honest friend, like feel free to ask that person as well for like some honest feedback now and again,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Do you know what? I think people are probably going to want to reach out to you on LinkedIn because I think you've got so many snippets of information they might want to dive into more. But you're very interesting. You should write a book.
Yeah. I wonder what it'd be called. I have to think about that.
I will think of something. Maybe ask ChatGPT.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, thank you so much, Evelina. It has been an absolute pleasure to hear your journey and, to hear all about Softcat and what you guys do as well. So I didn't really know, and now I do. So thank you for that.
But thank you for having me, Rachel. It was a blast. I really enjoyed it.
It was fun. Yeah. It was a good session. Thank you so much. Lovely. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, thank you so much. Hopefully see you soon again.
Yes, definitely.
Bye.
And that's the end of today's episode of Wear Many Hats. And as Evelina said, you can reach out to her on LinkedIn if you have any questions about how to get into the industry. So please do share, forward on to friends and family and anyone that needs to know about this. But take care. Bye-bye.